Good to see you, Ryan. I know you've been working in this program here for quite a few months. I just wanted to kind of take you back to the point in time when you started or just before you started. And I always ask everybody this, like what were your initial thoughts when we first talked about this program or you first found out about it? What was going through your head and what were your thoughts about it?
Oh shoot. It's just sounded like an awesome program for, what I was doing in the past with, pre, pre this program, everything, when I was taught how to knock on doors and meet people face to face. And
Yeah, yeah.
when COVID happened, I was unable to do that and the whole world shut down and nobody wanted to see anybody face to face. So finding out about this program was just awesome and just sounded like an incredible opportunity to actually get in front of people and meet people and do it virtually instead of knocking on doors.
Yeah, totally. And then what about talk a little bit about your like experience and who you've worked with in the past and maybe some of the other lead sources or training programs that you've used.
So I came from Edward Jones. They're a very face-to-face oriented company. They have a fantastic training program. And but they taught me how to do everything face to face. And as soon as I got done with all my training, all my licensing, COVID happened and
Yeah.
shut down the entire world 2 weeks into knocking on doors. So all my face to face training was no longer valuable to me anymore. And I had to learn to pivot and find other stuff out there. So yeah, once I found this program, it was just awesome to find something to where you could actually meet people virtually and get all the training on top of it all, and it was just fantastic.
Yeah. So talk about that change, just even briefly, going from you're grooved in, you're trained on in person only, and that very much is like an Ed Jones thing. And then all of a sudden, COVID happens. How were you able to make that transition? Because a lot of people went out of business, last year. A lot of people didn't have the choice, and you obviously found a way to make that work. So, like, what would you say was like the catalyst or the key components? How were you able to overcome that?
To be honest, it wasn't easy. It's even in my previous career, I've done everything face to face, and I've met people face to face and built relationships in person with people. And pivoting to a virtual world was definitely a challenge, and getting to meet people like this, just in
Yeah.
front of a computer, was a huge challenge for me. And it definitely, it took some time. I was out of my comfort zone, just not actually seeing people face to face anymore. And but with the training and everything involved with it, and just repetition and just practice and going through it, you get comfortable doing it. And as many people as you talk to on a daily basis through the program, it just becomes one of those natural things every day now. And now I truly couldn't see myself doing it any other way at this point.
Yeah.
Virtual is here to stay, I think. So it's yeah, it's fantastic, and it's great that we can actually do stuff this way these days.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that everybody else is sort of in agreement that it's okay to do business virtually now, and we're not by any means like stuck to doing it that way, because you can always still meet in the office if you want to, but it's pretty much agreed upon that, hey, we can meet virtually, we can talk about our finances or financial situation or retirement and meet somebody and feel pretty comfortable with it. So we kind of like rode in on that wave of it being okay to do virtual business.
Some of the cases we're pulling out of here, $100,000, two, three, four, $500,000 cases, and some of these, it's just one commission off of $500,000 case could more than pay for it and then some.
Yeah.
On top of all the appointments and everything in between. So it is definitely, the program more than pays for itself in a short period of time. And getting in front of the people that we do and some of the dollar amounts that they have, it's huge. And yeah, I've seen, multi-million-dollar cases out of this program. So there's definitely tons of potential out of it.
Yeah, totally. That's one of the cool things about it, man. One of the things that I like about it, because I still run these appointments as well, and not only run the training side of the program, but I still meet with clients. And the cool thing is that you never really know what you're walking into. You never you never really know when somebody's going to reveal, oh, by the way, I have this inherited account, or I have this old 401k I didn't tell you about. And
or what the husband has that the wife you're meeting with, and it's amazing what you run into.
Yeah. How long did it take you from the time you started to the time you closed a deal? What was that runway for you?
My first closed deal was right about 2 months. It was right about what the first closed deal finally took, and some of that I think was just the training process and learning curve and getting used to running these and just teaching myself on a lot of the systems that these public employees use and the retirement programs that they have. And the more comfortable I got, the easier it got, and the better the conversations got, and the easier it was to close. So it was right about 2 months for my first right to start to finish at that point. And from there, it's been every couple weeks, kind of consistently here on out. So that first couple months took a little bit of time, but after that, it's been a consistent flow, and so it's been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Even at a couple of months, we know, like in our industry, sometimes the paperwork takes time. Sometimes, you just have those things that it's not always an A to B type of deal. It's not always point A to point B.
It's not an overnight process of transferring over funds or getting an insurance policy closed or all that. It's all the stuff takes time, and
and if it didn't, let's be realistic, man. If you could show up day one, close the case, make 30 grand, A, it wouldn't pay 30 grand, and B, everybody would be doing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It wouldn't be it would be easy, and it would be a challenge by any means. Everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad to hear about your continued success, your success with the program. It's always exciting for me to see somebody that's come on board, done the program, had success. What do you have any words for the guys that are maybe struggling right now to find a program or on the fence about whether or not to use this program or another program or anything like that? What would you say to yourself, when you started, or another guy that's also considering it?
Do it. Just take the leap and just do it. It's more than worth it. And truly, I don't think you're going to be, I don't think you're going to regret it by any means. It's definitely one of the better decisions I've made in this career by getting into this program. And truly, I meet with 10 to 15 people a week on average. And prior to this program, I'd be lucky to meet with 3.
Yeah.
So it's just huge in terms of getting in front of the vast amount of people, and the more people you meet with, the more opportunities that come with it. So just do it and don't think twice about it, and just hop on board.